Hi, everyone. Suzanne here with a question for you. Do you ever find yourself stuck and not being able to change your results and not even knowing how or why? I just want to share a time with you, the pivotal moment in my life where I learned that changing your thoughts, or that there was even a new way to think about things. So this happened for me when I was about 16 years old. Had trouble with my parents, had sort of trouble growing up, and I went to live with a foster family for a while. It was a beautiful young foster family. They had a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. And one morning, um, we were in the kitchen getting breakfast, and this cute little 3-year-old came into the kitchen and started flipping the light switch off and on, off and on. And every time she did it, she said the F word, the F word. Mm-mm. And I just went, oh my God, because the way I was raised, the thinking and the way of living I was used to, that saying that word was totally taboo. You couldn't say it. You definitely couldn't say it out loud multiple times as a 3-year-old. It would have caused things like, maybe soap in the mouth or even a swat, and absolutely yelling, a very reactive reaction. So I stood there with bated breath, wondering what was going to happen to this child. Was she going to be beat? What was going to happen? I thought maybe she would die. um, and both of the parents looked at each other, and they both left the kitchen through separate entrances. And I was left standing there with my mouth open, going, what is happening? Oh my gosh, maybe they've gone to get the belt, or maybe they've gone to cut a switch, or, things that were familiar ways of being in my life. Um, or they've gone to collaborate on what they were going to do to this child. Well, they came back a while later and they said nothing. She had stopped and they said nothing. And I was like, okay, this is so bizarre. It was such a strange happening for me in my life, something I'd never experienced. So I waited, and a couple days went by, and I didn't hear the parents talking to the kid, or spanking the kid, or any of those things that were familiar in my life. And I finally asked the dad. I said, "What just happened? This is so different than what I experienced. Why didn't you yell at her? Why didn't you reprimand her? What's happening?" And he just like very gently explained to me that what they knew. He was a psychologist, actually, and she was a teacher. And he said, what we know is the more we react, the bigger our reaction to something, the more it causes it to continue to happen. So he said, when we left the room, we knew how we wanted to raise our kids, and we left the room because we knew that we didn't want to react. We didn't want to give it any attention. And that blew me away. It may seem normal to many of you, but I was not raised in a family where there was no reaction. It was all reaction. You spilled the milk, the reaction was, you're in trouble, you got to clean it up, it's a big deal. Everything was sort of a reactive big deal. And I'm not trying to make my parents bad or wrong or anything like that. They were doing what they knew. But here I was exposed to a new way of thinking, and it totally blew my mind at first, and it opened up my world. There are different ways of being, which I didn't know. I was an only child. I didn't even have brothers and sisters to, talk about things with. So it was life-changing for me. I didn't actually choose to do anything with it then, but the thing that happened for me is it opened up my awareness to things can be different than the way I know. So that, over the years, that led me to look at different ways of being healthy, different ways of thinking, different ways of being in a relationship. And so it ultimately led me to what I do now, to being trained as a certified transformational life coach, and showing and teaching people different ways to think about things. I 100% fully know and believe that when you change the way you think about things, you can change your life. It's happened for me. and I would love to share more about it with you. I love talking about it. Um, it's super simple. I didn't say easy, I said simple. And things that are simple to do are also really simple not to do. So if this if this aha moment, this new way of thinking sparks an interest in you, please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you. I'll put a link below. So thanks for listening to my first real aha moment. And I would love to hear your aha moment. When did you first learn that you could change your life or that things could be different in your life? All right, let me know. Have a great day.